Welcome to EF Pod English. Brought to you by EF Education First and English Town. Learn anytime, anywhere. Pod English Intermediate 61. Lifestyle.
So what did you think about the apartment we saw today?
It's just too cramped. It's okay. I like our apartment better here anyway.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit smaller, but this is so expensive, don't you think?
Today we're talking about where we live and how this affects our lives. In the grammar part of the lesson, we're going to learn how to ask negative questions. We'll learn how to do this by using don't followed by a verb. Don't you hate these modern houses? And we'll also learn how to ask negative questions using to be. Isn't this apartment spacious?
I mean, it's nice and spacious. We're comfortable here.
I thought we agreed on finding a new place.
Before we watch the movie, let's look at some words which may be new to you. Cramped. When something is very small and there is almost no room to move around. Spacious. When something has a lot of space and is usually bigger in size. Contemporary. Something that is modern, up to date. Okay, it's time for that movie now. Mike and Joanna are apartment hunting.
It is so hard to find the right apartment.
Is this one too small?
It seems cozy, but I'm not sure if it's too small.
This kitchen seems a bit cramped, and there's only a little storage space. It does have a nice stove, though. Is that important?
Yes, but I'm more concerned about space. Our townhouse was so spacious.
The living room here is half the size of the living room in our townhouse. But isn't our townhouse too expensive?
It is twice as expensive as this place, and twice as cold, too. Old homes have terrible heating. The bathroom here is bigger, and it has a closet. Wouldn't it be nice to have a closet in the bathroom?
Yes, but what I dislike is that these apartments are rather, well, dull. Contemporary apartments seem like boxes, just like this place. Don't you agree?
Okay, this place is dull, but I want a modern apartment where everything works. Aren't you tired of fixing up things?
It does seem that I am always fixing something, but I enjoy the feeling of space. Our apartment is so big, while everything in this apartment seems so cramped.
Do you want to just look at another apartment?
Well, we have looked at 3 already, but this one isn't right. Would you mind looking at other apartments?
No, that would be fine.
No, you decided that we wanted to move somewhere else. I want to stay here.
I'm tired of fixing things all the time in this old townhouse. In a modern place, everything works.
Wow,
Always
there were
complain.
so many different negative questions in the movie. Let's see how Mike asks some of the questions.
But isn't our townhouse too expensive?
But isn't our townhouse too expensive? We use negative questions as a way to check information and to get confirmation. Mike thinks their townhouse is too expensive, but he wants to make sure Juana thinks so
I'm
too.
scared now.
So he says, but isn't our townhouse too expensive? Let's see another example. This time, Juana is looking for Mike's confirmation.
Aren't you tired of fixing up things?
Aren't you tired of fixing up things? Joanna uses the negative form of to be in the present simple tense to ask the question. The verb aren't is used to form the question along with an adjective. Let's look at a couple more examples of negative questions with the verb to be in the present simple tense. Aren't you ready to move house? Isn't this apartment too small for us? Now let's watch again how Mike gets the information he needs from Joanna.
Contemporary apartments seem like boxes, just like this place. Don't you agree?
Contemporary apartments seem like boxes. Don't you agree? Mike thinks something and wants to know if Joanna agrees with him. This time the negative question is formed with the auxiliary verb don't and the verb, such as agree, like Don't you agree? Let's look at another example of negative questions in the present simple with the auxiliary. Don't you love these traditional townhouses? Don't we need a few things at the supermarket?
Can you turn off the lights, please?
No, actually, I still have 355 pages of my magazine left.
Now it's your turn to try and ask some negative questions. Fill in the gaps to form negative questions. Use the verb be. That's right. Isn't our townhouse too expensive? Try this one. Excellent. Aren't you tired of fixing up things? Now try making a negative question by adding an auxiliary verb. Excellent. Don't you love these old townhouses? Now try adding both the auxiliary and the verb need. Wonderful. Don't we need a bigger apartment?
Get the lights.
Good work. Today we've done a lot on how to ask negative questions. We've done this using the auxiliary verb don't. Don't you think this house is too cramped? And we've also learnt how to do this with to be. Aren't you tired of fixing up things? We've also learnt some useful vocabulary to describe where we live, like cramped, spacious, and contemporary. That's all we've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson.